Hello, everyone, and a very warm welcome to our channel, Happy Habits. Today, we're going to dig into something really useful and practical. What if I told you that the solution to healthier food and a cooler planet isn't in some high-tech lab, but it's literally right under our feet? Stay with us, you won't want to miss this.
Have you ever stopped to wonder what the real secret is behind a beautiful, thriving garden or a farm that's full of life? It's got to be more than just water and sunlight, right? Well, there is a secret ingredient, a kind of hidden force that connects the health of our soil directly to the food that ends up on our plate. You see, the ground we walk on, it isn't just dirt, not at all. It's a living, breathing ecosystem, and it's absolutely packed with life. And the foundation of this entire system, the very energy that gives it that life, well, it all comes down to one key element. And that hero ingredient is called soil organic carbon, or SOC for short. Now, put simply, it's just the carbon that's left behind from old plants and animals after they've decomposed. You can think of it as the ultimate form of natural recycling. This carbon becomes the main source of food and energy for the entire soil ecosystem. So just how important is this carbon? Well, take a look at this. When we talk about the organic matter in soil, all the good stuff that isn't just rock or sand, more than half of it is pure carbon. It's not just a small part of the mix, it's really the heart and soul of healthy soil. Okay, so why should we care about having lots of carbon in our soil? Well, it turns out that high levels of SOC come with some pretty incredible superpowers that directly impact our world. Let's break down exactly what it does. These roles are just fantastic. First, soil that's rich in carbon acts like a giant sponge, holding onto water so that plants can stay healthy even when it's dry. Second, it's like a super glue, binding tiny soil particles together so they don't get washed or blown away. Third, it works like a pantry, storing and slowly releasing all the vital nutrients that plants need to grow. And finally, it's the fuel that powers the billions of microbes that make the soil a truly living system. Now for the good news. We can actually increase the carbon in our soil. It's not some magic trick, it's really about adopting a few simple but very powerful habits. So how do we actually do it? Here are the 5 main practices we're going to explore. Think of them as your toolkit for building better soil. Each one is a practical step that works together to create healthier, richer, more carbon-filled soil. And it doesn't matter if you're managing a huge farm or just a small backyard garden. Okay, habit number 1 is to use cover crops. The idea is really simple. You should never leave your soil bare and exposed. By planting something like legumes or rye between your main harvests, you protect the soil from the sun and rain, and you're continuously feeding it with fresh organic matter. Next up, habit 2, adding compost and mulch. This is like giving the soil a direct, super nutritious meal. When you spread a layer of organic material like straw or good compost, you're adding stable carbon right where it's needed. Plus, it protects the soil surface and saves a lot of precious water. Habit number 3 is a really big one. Reduce tillage. Now, tillage, or plowing, can be incredibly disruptive for the soil. It breaks up its delicate structure and exposes all that valuable carbon to the air where it just gets lost as CO2. So by disturbing the soil less, we keep that carbon locked safely in the ground where it belongs. So let's look at the difference here. On one hand, conventional plowing breaks down that natural glue we talked about and it releases carbon. But on the other hand, no-till or reduced-till methods, they protect the soil structure and allow it to become a long-term storage bank for carbon. It's a huge difference. Our 4th habit is crop rotation. Nature absolutely loves diversity, and so does your soil. Planting different types of crops one after another adds a variety of organic material. It helps balance out nutrient use, and it naturally breaks the cycles of pests and diseases. And if you include legumes in that rotation, you get free nitrogen fertilizer straight from the air. And finally, our 5th habit is to integrate trees. This practice is also known as agroforestry. Trees are true carbon-storing champions. Their deep roots and all the leaves they drop add massive amounts of carbon to the soil over many, many years, creating a really resilient and fertile landscape. So these habits are great in theory, right? But what happens when we start applying them on a much larger scale? Well, this is where small changes on the farm begin to create a truly global impact. Just look at this number. If we apply these healthy soil practices all over the world, our farmlands have the potential to pull down and store about 2.6 gigatons of CO2 from the atmosphere every single year. That isn't just a small dent, it's a massive contribution to fighting climate change, powered entirely by healthy soil.
And hey, this isn't just some theory. Real-world studies, like this one from the Eastern Himalayas, show that these practices really do work. Over 7 years, farmers not only built better soil quality, but their crop yields were just as good as, and sometimes even better than conventional methods. It's truly a win-win situation.
In fact, this whole idea is so powerful that it has inspired a global movement called the 4 per 1,000 initiative. The goal is to increase soil carbon by just a tiny amount, only 0.4% each year. It's a small number, but it has a massive potential to improve our food security and help stabilize our climate. So we've seen that the soil beneath our feet is not just dirt. It's a powerful ally, a real hero in our story for better food and healthier planet. The only question left is, what role will you play?
Thank you so much for watching this video. If you found this helpful, please do like, share, and subscribe to our channel, Happy Habits. Your support really motivates us to create more valuable content for you. See you in the next video.